There we are.
Sorry, guys.
Hey there, everybody.
I have everything all messed up today. I am so sorry.
You guys,
Well,
today is moving day for Ginger. Like heavy duty moving day.
Yeah,
I
today
can't
is
even
moving
believe
day.
you're here. I
Right?
can't. I remember the last time I moved my whole house. Man, I was barely standing.
Yeah.
We didn't even
I
put
live
sheets
here.
on the bed. We just laid on the mattress and slept all night.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, after we finish here, I've got a lot more moving to do.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
I bet.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a few people in the chat room.
Hi, everyone.
We've
Who
got
else here?
Samantha and Vicky and Kathy. Crafty Chats Cafe says, "Hey guys, feels good to have that music back." Yahoo! We've got Leela and Jane from Liverpool in the UK. We've got Gina and Lacey, the Grammy scattered all the way. That's her name.
I love that. Oh, changed your name.
We've got Joby and Barbara and Quilty Crocheter and Debbie and Frenchie and Samantha and oh my gosh, there's so many.
All right. I see
Yay.
Lisa and Eve and Terry and Michelle and Kelly and Mullen and Yarn, which I want to be doing. I want to be rolling.
Yeah, and Cindy. I missed Cindy and
I
Terry.
practically am.
Michelle,
Right?
Kelly. Oh my gosh. And Kitty's here.
Okay, so today I want to show you something. We decided to not have the yarn room in the smaller room,
Oh,
which is this room. That's my big yarn mess.
Mm-hmm.
any snakes?
No snakes. And we are moving it to the bigger room. I'm not going to do it in the living room. I thought I was going to do it in the living room, but I'm just going to do it in this bigger room.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good size room.
So who's giving up the big room?
We are,
You and
and we're going to have the smaller bedroom.
Okay.
Is your bed even going to fit in that room? It seems like a very small room.
It will. And there'll be enough for our bed and our whatchamajiggers, our dressers and stuff.
Oh, good.
But I did get I'll show you my bookshelves in here.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Bookshelves, I got a bunch of books loaded onto it.
Nice.
Nice tall ceilings you got there.
Yeah, we do have tall ceilings.
Wow.
Nice.
I know, nice. And then
Nice.
there's a bunch of crocheted blankets down there on the ground.
You probably use it to help cover some stuff up. That's to keep it from damaging, right?
Right.
Now let me read what Samantha has put up here.
Okay.
She says, when we moved, the former owner left a naked top photo of herself in a closet for us.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Charming.
Ginger, check the boys' closets.
Oh no. Yeah, there is a lot of natural light in there, Samantha is saying. That's true. There is a lot of-
there is a whole lot. I'm very, very happy.
Nice.
So
I'm
yeah,
so happy I don't have to worry about Ginger's house burning down in the middle of the night.
no, I think that's great. And we don't have to worry about our swimming pool in our basement.
Yeah.
But I literally can step out of my door and in a minute be at one of two swimming pools.
So if
Actual
you
real
actually
swimming
wanna
pools.
swim in.
Not the kind that, Mother Nature put in the basement. Right. Got you.
Yes.
Do you like to swim, Ginger?
It's not bad. I mean, if I'm really hot, I like to.
Yeah. But is it like an exercise thing that you would like to do? Like,
Oh God, no.
no,
Hey, fun fact.
me either. I'm not a friend.
I was on the swim team in my senior year.
Were you
Wow.
really?
I was the second to the slowest one until the slowest one quit, and then I became the slowest. But I was a good cheerleader.
That's right. You know what? You got off the bench, and that's a lot more than I did.
I did.
When I was in high school, we had to take swim class in gym, and it seemed like every year my gym class was filled with like half the swim team, and I was a terrible, terrible swimmer. It was very embarrassing.
I'm probably a worse swimmer. I sink like a rock. I'm very dense.
You know what? And you say that, and you know my daughter is the same way. Like, she doesn't look as heavy as she is. You know, and when she was a toddler, went to go pick her up, you're like, whoa, where is this extra 20 pounds coming from?
Yeah.
I think some people, like, my bones are very thick. I have very, you know, like, I don't have, my skeleton is thick.
You're big boned.
I have a big head. I have a big skull.
It's true.
Well, the thing is the more body fat you have, the more buoyant you are. So if you're sinking like a stone, it means you have less body fat.
Yes, and I've always been quite
fat
buoyant.
is what makes you float.
Oh, well, I would probably float now, then.
I've always been quite buoyant. I've always had
with my armpit fat alone.
Ginger loves to talk about her armpit fat. Oh my goodness.
That's why my hair's down right now, you guys.
Granny D is saying hello. Deneen is just coming in. So good to see you guys. Maribel. Very nice to see you all. Cheryl's here. Kelly's here.
Hello, everybody.
Excellent. Excellent.
Vicki said she has those crates too. Yeah, these crates are a lifesaver. I've already started stacking some of them up. I don't know if you can see.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can almost make a table out of just the crates of yarn alone with how many you have right there.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
What was it?
What if you took your crates and stacked them on the floor and had like made them into like 4 walls of crate, but not full walls, but like, and then had like the yarn side sticking out, and then you put something on top to make an actual table. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, that's a neat idea.
It is in my head. I don't know if I'm transmitting my idea in my head out very well, but
have you seen the rolling coffee table made out of
yes, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
I love that idea. Ooh, I might do that.
Now that you have, a little bit of space in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Yeah, and there will be people walking through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to need
Ginger, I think that Mel and I just need to come out there and play with your yarn room.
I know. Oh, I love this Frenchie natural floaties. I got those up. Yes. My armpits would keep me alive if our plane ever landed in the ocean.
Say, honey, you got the cushion. I'm good.
We're good. Just lay on your back.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll be
That's
fine.
what I was saying earlier today. I was flapping my bat wings.
We've all got them. We've all got bat wings.
Yep, I got it. No shame in my game. There you go. See, you got the bat wings.
Bat wings. We can fly away. So, Ginger, what you drinking? Have you found anything in the refrigerator at the new house?
No.
None of this?
You don't need a refrigerator for straight up vodka. So
you really don't. I mean, and the more you drink of it,
the less you feel.
The less you
care about
the less you worried.
Yeah, but the worse you feel the next day.
Ooh,
but then you're not moving anymore. So hey.
So when do you think it'll be all moved in?
Midnight.
Oh, so you think you'll be done today?
Oh yeah, it's going to have to be done today.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
So
31st. Today's move out day.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
hey, that's all right. Remember when I was telling you guys, I don't know how everything's going to get done, but in a month it'll all be over with, and so then I'll know.
Yeah, just think like at Thanksgiving. This is going to be like such a memory from so long ago. Like you won't even.
Once you have your yarn set up, oh, I bet you're excited about that. I mean, this part is also stressful, but getting the yarn room set up.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah, but I do feel bad right now because everybody else is still moving and I'm sitting in here doing a live.
Yeah.
But I had to talk to you guys.
I know. It was such a long break. And I missed you guys last week when I was
by the way,
not comatose.
Everybody say welcome back to Julie, who's feeling a heck of a lot better.
I am feeling a lot better. We're getting there. We're on the mend.
So, and for those of you that weren't in my live today, I mentioned that we went to the neurologist for my husband, and he does not need surgery. He needs a turtle shell brace, so he needs a custom brace, which we got that on order, and we're going to pick that up on Tuesday. And he's still out of work through the end. Like they're going to check on him again on September 1st and then decide what to do going forward from there. But it looks like he's likely not going to need surgery, which is a blessing.
Yay! Yeah, I was so happy to hear that.
That's great.
Scared. To me, I'm like, surgery, whatever. I've had 3 major surgeries. So I'm like, nah.
Yeah. See, so
I still remember my first one. I was not when I had my child because they'd already given me drugs, but the second one, the first one that I was conscious of going into, and that was scary as hell. I was in tears. So I get it.
I've never had a major surgery. The closest I've come is I had my wisdom teeth out when I was 18.
Oh. And they don't put you under like they do other surgeries for teeth. They put you they put you under, but it's not the same. It's not the same depth. The anesthesia is different.
Yeah. So yeah, I have not been. I've never had surgery. So the idea of surgery freaks me out. So I can see where he's coming from. I would be like, what? I'm scared. What if I don't wake up?
Well, and it's on his back. And then we discovered Dr. Death, right? That show that's on Peacock. It's called Dr. Death.
Yes. I haven't seen the show, but I've seen the ads.
I started watching it, and it's a neurosurgeon that does back surgeries that royally messes up things. So I was like, honey, you can't watch that until we know. I was like, you don't watch that.
Even so, no, don't watch that.
No, don't watch it. So don't watch it at all.
But I've been through back surgery, and yeah, it's all fun and games. He is resting now. We'll see if he tries to get up. And I already warned Julie. I didn't warn Ginger, but I warned Julie. I said, I may have to mute myself because he'll come in here and start talking to me, and he won't be making sense, and he doesn't understand that I'm not supposed to be talking to him right now. So
right. Yeah.
Anyway, just want to give an update for those of you that weren't in my live today.
Yeah.
We all have too much going on, you guys.
We really have. We really have. We all took our vacation time, and then I went on vacation, and then I got home not feeling well, and we got home on a Saturday night, and then Sunday I was feeling kind of not great, but not horrible. And then Monday I went to work, and then Tuesday woke up with a fever, and I said, oh, I'm not well. And then I didn't go to work again until, oh gosh, the following Thursday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I was out of work for quite a long time. And then of course you go back to work, and then there's like days and days and days of work piled up,
and you're still not quite right.
You're still not quite there. Yeah, I didn't make it a full day on Thursday, and then yesterday I finally made it a full day. That was exciting. But I'm getting caught up, and my boss is super, super understanding. She's a great boss to have. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm glad it's not during your busy season, because that would have been.
I don't know what we would have done. Really don't. And then I finally have a new secretary starting in the office with me the end of August. The end of August. So I'm really super excited about that. I'm excited to have another person, and she seems very similar to my personality, just like, let's do this, let's go get them. And I don't know.
Yay.
I get excited about silly things like Google Docs and spreadsheets. So she seems similar.
I like that kind of person.
That's good.
I know. It's like, oh, let's work on our efficiency. Woohoo! So it's going to be cool. Let's see. Naughty. Who's Naughty?
Jamie.
It is? Okay. I wondered if it was. Hey, Jamie!
Surgery is terrible. Yes, Katrina. I am at the new house.
I hope that you're feeling better soon, Jamie. I've been thinking about you. I was like, who's Naughty? I don't know who Naughty is.
Yeah. I should have told y'all.
She's like, hello, it's Jamie.
Don't you recognize that sunset picture?
I can't really see the pictures very well.
That's how I know who she is, because of the sunset picture.
Oh my gosh, I hardly ever even look at the pictures. I just look at the names. That's funny.
You're funny.
I'll have to start looking at the pictures more.
Well, and when Frenchie comes up, Frenchie no longer has a picture of her face. It's now her new logo. And I forget, I think it was, oh my gosh, what is her name? What Frenchie will say. I can't remember who was it, but somebody in the community made her a logo, and it's really
nice.
Cool.
Now I'm scrolling up to find Frenchie. Oh, there it is. It's purple.
Yep.
It's so small though, I can't really see it.
It's a kitty playing with yarn and making it into the initials for her channel.
Oh, cute. Very cute.
Coco, that's it. Coco. Thank you, Maribel.
Everybody got so creative. Everybody gets so creative with their logos. Mine's just like the stupid little chick.
I love yours. You put your logo right next to your name in there because, it's an emoji.
It's an emoji.
So I love it.
Well, at least it's not a poop emoji.
I didn't get creative with mine. I paid some. I did my original logo. I did do, but I wanted something that I could put on. Say that I can make bigger. Anyway, I had somebody make it for me. I had the idea, and I had somebody make it for me on Fiverr.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would, if it were my job to make people's logos, I would just look for an emoji.
But actually, mine.
Yeah. I like yours, Ginger. Who did yours?
Veronica.
Veronica did?
My daughter.
Yeah. Oh,
she was just like, I was just like, I need a logo, Veronica. What do you think I should do? She's like, I don't know. What do you want on it? I was like, a sheep or something. And so she drew that sheep and put Yarn Geek on it.
And it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Mm-hmm. I love it too.
Thank you.
So cute.
I like it because it looks kind of generic. Remember generic?
Yeah, everything was black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brain's still not quite firing on all synapses.
Hey, I understand, and I don't even have the excuse of being sick, so.
I am not firing on any synapses.
No synapses firing?
Right. I think all of us are firing at 75 or less percent synapses right now.
I think so too.
It's summer, man. We're in the summer slumps.
Summer, we've all got stuff going on, but that's life. It is life. Life doesn't stop for the yarn hookers. I try to make it stop, but it doesn't.
I know. We have some of you already know about the comic book saga of my house. It was February when my stepdad passed away, and then I don't know, so it was like maybe April we started going through the comic book collection, and everything's all sorted and ready to be sold. So we've been waiting for Gary, and if you watch any comic book stuff on YouTube. Gary has Very Gary Comics, and he's got a huge, big channel, and he's from Poughkeepsie. So we're going to meet up with Gary, and he's going to take a look at the comic book collection and hopefully buy it.
Cool.
We're hoping that he'll buy it. But so I'm thinking that it's going to be sometime in August, possibly next weekend. And I said to my husband, can you set it up for a Sunday?
Yeah.
Because he's like,
That would be
yarn
great.
hookers. And I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
yarn hookers. I need to be home by 4. And I don't know how long it's going to take Gary to go through 3,000 comics.
Right. Well, and also
my
Saturday is your day to do you and Pete doing your shopping thing.
What's that?
Saturday is your day for you and Pete to do your shopping thing.
It is. Yeah. We actually got to do a little shopping thing today. Didn't get to finish it. Mama was too tired. I was like, nah, I got to go home and lay down. But yeah, it was good to get out there again because we missed the last couple weekends. So
I know. I had to put this up here so you guys can remember it for me.
Ginger, go to Home Depot and get a piece of melamine for desktop and do 3 sides of those crates. Yeah.
I love it.
You can Pinterest, Jen. There's tons and tons of ideas of how to like make desks and furniture with your crates.
Yeah.
As long as you make it so that you can, have your crates yarn size exposed, so you can get to your stuff.
So the little babies aren't all hidden.
I know. And you can zip tie them together too. That's what I did with mine is I zip tied my crates.
Yeah, I need to do that. I didn't zip tie them in the other house, but I think I'm going to this time.
You know what I've learned about the zip ties is make sure that the bump of the zip tie is on the back.
Ooh, like behind it, so it's not.
Yeah, because I didn't do that with mine, and my yarn gets tangled on those little plastic bump of the zip tie. And one of these days, I'll take it apart and fix it. But yeah, it's so cool. Zip ties are really cool. They hold things together pretty well.
Ooh, yeah, there's some beautiful ways you can use the wood crates to make tables.
Oh, she's already looking it up.
Quilty crocheter, get a hollow inside wood door for tabletop, much less expensive, and it works. I've seen people do that. Definitely, I've seen people, and that would be a nice big desk.
Yeah. Is there a hole in it, like for the doorknob? Because I was thinking if there was, that would be where you could put your cords and cables for your computer.
That would be perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I think I'm looking at that idea right now on Pinterest.
Of course.
You saw it?
DIY desk.
So when you're on Pinterest, Mel, does Jeremy ever come in and say, so what's Pinteresting today?
No, he does not.
Oh, because my husband does that. What's Pinteresting today?
I have never heard that, ever.
You haven't?
No, that sounds wonderful.
Maybe it's a Todd original.
There you go. It's a Todd original.
What's interesting?
What is Pinteresting today?
Interesting.
That's very Pinteresting. Put a pin in that.
Or a drink holder.
Where the doorknob is.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
For your
A&W root beer.
Product placement by A&W.
All right, you guys, do you want us to go ahead and get started with the slideshow? I know I'm going to be doing, normally it would be Ginger, but she's kind of in a weird situation with the move and everything. So
yeah,
I think I'm going to be able to show it to you guys to do the button clicking.
Okay,
fingers crossed. It's not going to turn into a sheep show.
Bah.
All right.
This will be so great.
I have so many
if it works. We're really hoping it works.
Fingers crossed.
If it doesn't work, we're just going to have to try to fill our time frame up here with all kinds of crazy stuff.
You got it. You actually, Ginger, you got to look there. It's down there like one of us, and you have to put it up.
I have to do what?
You have to approve it to be shown.
Oh,
where does it?
It's down in where, like, in the lobby where we come in and are waiting for you to put us live. It's down in there. You'll see like the little section.
You have to let it in the show, basically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like you know what?
It's a guest.
I need to be on my. Whoops. I need to be on my desktop for that. Hold on, I'm going to try to get on my desktop. Hold on, desktop.
We lose her for a minute, you guys. We did lose her for a minute.
We did. So Deneen says, I'm obsessed with mug rugs. Ordered a latch hook from Amazon to do fridge. And then she says fringe, not fridge.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's one hell of a mug rug.
I like to make mug rugs on my loom. That's pretty much all I make on my loom. But they're so cute.
I need to make more mug rugs. Well,
I like to use the mosaic for that too, though, because then you don't have to worry about weaving in all those ends. You just make them your fringe.
Exactly.
That's a good plan. Yeah, I hope Ginger makes it back. She is our hostess with the mostest today, but it's hard to do all of this on a phone, so I don't know how she's doing it. Deneen is asking, do I sell them? I don't sell them because I don't sell anything. And the reason I don't sell anything is because if I made things to sell, I think I would lose the joy of doing it. It would become an obligation, and I just don't want to be obligated. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know.
Well, and the only thing is when you're you can make it not an obligation, but I think whenever I was selling crochet for a little bit there, you got to the point where, because nobody wants to buy what you have on display usually. They want to buy that, but in a different color.
Oh, right.
So when you start accepting things like that, then it becomes stressful, really stressful, especially when you're working full time.
Yeah. So Mel, have you ever made stuff to be sold at like a fair or anything like that, like a craft fair? No, I haven't either. How about everybody in the chat? Has anybody done any sales and sales like on Etsy or sales on craft fair or stuff like that? I'm just curious.
Deneen's trying to figure out prices for mug rugs.
How
many? The rule of thumb for that is you want to value your time. And then you want to take however much yarn it is, the full price of the skein, and then multiply it times 3, and then add your time.
Yeah. Quilty Crocheter is asking who we are and where we're from because she cannot read our names. So my name is Julie, and my channel name is called Whippy Chick Crochet.
Yes, ma'am. And I am Melanie, and I am Hooked to the Left Crochet.
Because she's a left-handed crocheter.
I'm guilty.
And I want to say it was Jamie asked to see some of my finished mug rugs. So hang on one second. They're right over there. There's a couple of them. So I'll go grab a couple. Let me take off my airplane pilot headphones here. Hang on.
Good evening, Wanda. So nice to see you. And M560 says, I create for family, friends, and myself. There are too many people selling. There are a lot of people selling, but you can reach some people, and people also sell in different ways. Welcome back, Ginger.
Oh, my gosh. You would not believe the drama I just went through with my phone.
Okay. Oh, no. So I was asked to show some mug rugs while you were gone. So this is one of my little mug rugs. That's the little baby one.
Really cool.
And this is a bigger one.
Oh, I love those.
They're pretty thick. And then this one's really big. This one's more like for, I don't know. I have like a vase that I set on it. Yeah, like a trivet.
Oh, I recognize that sock yarn.
Yeah, I bet you do. I think it's Patton's.
I wish that.
This is, I think, a Lion brand denim cotton, maybe.
Okay.
Do you remember those a couple years ago?
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, and this was a different kind of sock yarn. I don't remember what kind. So yeah, so those I made on the loom. And if you've never tried hand looming, it's fun. It gets a little addictive.
I want to try that.
I want like other yarn stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't need another addiction. Let me wait until I retire.
Yeah.
I
want to get
have enough.
I want to get the ones that are big enough to make like placemats with.
Yeah, you could on the size loom that I use.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. I could probably make 3 of these at a time. It's that wide.
Okay. Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. It's pretty good size loom.
Are they crocheted?
Where'd you get yours?
They're actually loomed.
Yeah, it's woven. They're woven on a loom. I got my loom. It's called a Funum Studio, and it came from Belgium actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was so exciting. I waited for that darn loom for weeks. But I made the first one. The first loom I had actually made with a big picture frame and a bunch of nails.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is
just
cool.
measure out how far apart they needed to be.
You need to do a video on that.
No, yeah. I wouldn't recommend doing it that way.
Oh, okay.
It's just the thing is you have what's called a heddle, and that goes in between all of the strings. I'm trying to not use any terminology, but the heddle, when you tilt it one way, it opens all of the it's called the shed, but that doesn't mean anything to you. But you've got all of your strings, and so you open it, and it opens it opposite ways, so that you don't have to do the under over. You just slide your needle through both ways, and you just keep turning the heddle. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should do a video.
Well, but when you do the picture frame, you have to do the under over because you don't have that heddle.
Right, because you don't have the heddle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend getting a loom that you could have a heddle bar. And I think you used to be able to get them at AC Moore. I'm sure you could probably get them online. But
I bet they sell some at the Yarn Barn.
I bet they do.
Sell a lot of weaving stuff there.
Yeah.
I call it loomed, apparently. That is a new word. Everything is loomed. It's not woven, it is loomed.
Well, the funny thing is with the word loom is a lot of people think of the looms with the pegs that are in the circle, the knitting looms, and that's different.
With like the rubber band type stuff that you would get as a kid.
Yeah. Well, that's
yeah.
So
that's what I think.
Jamie says, Whippy Chick. Wow, those mug rugs are totally special, unique, store worthy. Totally. You could sell a set of rug and mug set for $29 and up Canadian.
Yeah. But for Jamie, I'd probably just send her some because she's my favorite Canadian. So would make her pay for them. Yeah. I like making them.
Very, very cool. Do you see, Ginger, the thing to put up?
It won't. I have nothing on here that will let me. That's what I was doing before. I was trying to get on my desktop site to be able to do it. And when I go to my desktop site, I have to be let in by myself, which I try to get back to myself, and I can't get back to myself.
So, but do you see us down below? Like, where do you see our little faces down below, where, like in the lobby, where you would normally see us?
No, it won't. It won't show it on my phone. It only shows it on my desktop, and I can't get on my desktop site.
Huh. Okay.
Which is I can try it again. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong, but here's whenever I switch over to my desktop site, it acts like I'm a different person.
Yeah.
And so I can't get back to my StreamYard to let myself in.
Right. I think you need two screens, really.
Yeah.
So maybe we won't be able to do the slideshow.
We'll have the slideshow posted, maybe.
Yeah. That sounds. I am so sorry.
That's okay. That is okay. But we can talk about Julie, if you want to start, you can talk about the stuff because I know you were first up. A couple of things, and then and there are some ideas that we have in the slideshow,
Yeah.
and the links will be in the oh, what do you call it? The PDF that Julie usually is the one that posted up by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So, but Ginger, when you look down, like to let someone in, you don't see where it says Whippy Chick, like a second screen for Whippy Chick down there?
No, it just has, oh, wait a minute.
Try clicking on that.
Oh.
Do you see it now? Do you see it now? Look at there. Is that me? Is that mine?
Yes.
So if I do this.
Yay! We fixed it!
Yay! Although we're going to go back to screen one.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Woo, 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 woo.
It was just in different places since it's on my phone.
Oh, got you. Okay, good. I'm glad that worked out. Woohoo! Shoo! It's hard to tell somebody when you can't show them. It's hard to do show and tell without the show part.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, can I just say something? So I feel like I hope I didn't hurt any feelings. The reason Jamie's my favorite Canadian is because she's the only one that I know. So if you're Canadian and I didn't say you were my favorite Canadian, it's probably because I didn't realize you were Canadian. So just putting that out there. I love Jamie, but she's the only Canadian that I know is a Canadian. Does that make sense?
Okay. We totally get you.
Okay, because is Deneen Canadian? Because Deneen suddenly was like, "What?" And made crying faces. So I was like, "Oh no, is Deneen from Canada?"
Yes, Deneen. She's from Saskatchewan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Julie loves all Canadians.
She does.
I'm sorry. Don't listen to anything I say.
Oh no, Katrina's Canadian too.
Oh Lordy, I didn't realize we had so many Canadians
here.
What,
Jamie? You're no longer the favorite anymore.
Well, she's my favorite naughty Canadian, and Deneen's my favorite Canadian that starts with D. Frenchie's my favorite other Canadian.
Yes.
And
hey,
I'm sorry. Oh, and Katrina's Canadian. Oh my gosh.
Hi, Charlene.
Charlene, are you Canadian?
She was watching a replay on my podcast. Aw.
That's nice.
Yay.
All right, let's get to Stash Busters before I get into more trouble.
Yeah, so you guys, we are talking about stash busting today, if you couldn't tell from that title screen. Oh, that is so funny. We probably could have taken out the little part that says, here's where your presentation begins.
I was just going to say, and here's where our presentation begins.
That's my bad, you guys.
You're fine. One of us could have caught it. It is not your bad. Between the three of us, one of us could have seen that, and we didn't. So,
but it goes right along with our thing today. Here is where our presentation begins.
It begins right here.
Right here, right now.
Live in Technicolor.
That's right.
So this was one that I found, the Scrappy Poof. I just thought this was such a cute idea. And my biggest question about this was, what do you stuff it with?
I've seen where people... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, what are they going to stuff this thing with? So I actually watched a video. It was kind of sped up of the person making a poof. And she had stuffed it with so many random things. Mm-hmm. She had like old bed pillows in there, like pillows that used to be on your bed. And they're just like really smushed down and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she like folded those up and put those in. And then she had like bubble wrap that she like rolled up into a ball and she shoved that in there, and old plastic bags. She just shoved it full of all kinds of stuff. So, and
with the plastic and the bubble wrap and stuff, that makes it more, it'll keep its shape better instead of sinking.
Yeah. So
that's neat.
So not only can you get rid of a lot of yarn this way, but you can also get rid of some of your old
trash
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Like just, like, well, truly though, like with bed pillows, I'm always like, well, what do I do with it now once it's all smushed and flat,
Right. That is a great idea for using old pillows.
Yeah.
I agree. And T-shirts and old, just stuff that you would normally cut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a cool idea.
That is a great idea. I never even thought of that. I love that.
You know where I got that information from?
Where?
Our girl, Jada.
Pinterest. Oh, Jada.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Last year, I think it was last year, she had a poof tutorial that was in the summer, I think. It's a different type of poof. It's more round, but it was she was showing how you can stuff the pillow in there and really stretch it around there and get it closed and stuff. So
Elaine says, by the way, the poof designer is Canadian. Of course she is. Of course she is. Oh, next week, you guys, you're going to see me in a maple leaf shirt, you know.
That's right. And we're at Julie's, so the whole theme is going to be Canadian.
And the sad thing is I literally live 4 hours from the border. So at any rate, though, the poof design that I liked was this one by Coco Crochet Lee, and but really, it's really just 6 squares. I mean, you could, you could do it however you wanted.
And
but 6 squares, sew them together, and you got this cool poof. So I liked the poof idea a lot.
And you know what, Julie?
What's that?
Jada's Canadian.
I know Jada's Canadian.
All right. I'll move on.
All right, Mel and I are big Jada fangirls, and every time we talk about having a guest on the Yarn Hookers, I'm like, "What about Jada? Let's get Jada. Like Jada would ever come on the Yarn Hookers."
I can see her doing it, but I don't know that she would. We're not known enough for her to even pay attention to our messages.
I know. Jada's got time to deal with our shenanigans and our sheep show we got going on here.
I don't know how to work this. I don't know.
Jada would be like, "What the heck is wrong with these people? Get your act together, ladies."
Laughing. I think she would be laughing.
Yeah. I like what Maribel says. Old couch cushions are good too.
Yeah, they'd be really good.
You know what I used my old couch cushions for this one time when I got a new couch?
What?
Dog beds.
Amen to that. Exactly.
Yeah.
The perfect dog beds. And you know why? Because they already smelled like dog.
Because it was a dog bed already.
Yeah.
I loved this blanket. I found it on Ravelry.
Love that.
It's free, and I just loved it. It's a completely free download, and I just loved it. You could do it in any color scheme that you wanted to, but I love these blankets where it's got the the different stitches and you combine them, and I can't imagine working out all of the stitch counts.
It's crazy because I did a blanket like that before. I forget the pattern's name, but it had I learned a bunch of new stitches doing it. I'll have to find that and post it in the Yarn Hookers group.
Yeah.
Facebook group.
She has one.
She has one. She had a crochet along, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, and where she did a new stitch each month, and it came out to be a smaller throw, but it was a blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I just love them. There's lots and lots of them out there, but I liked that this was a free download, and wherever I can give our fellow hookers some free stuff, I want to do that. So free Ravelry download.
Love it.
A fantasy blanket.
Gosh. Janine got timed out again. I do not know how you got timed out.
Denise, I didn't do it. Okay. It wasn't me.
You're not using Nightbot, are you? You don't use Nightbot.
Uh-uh.
So it must have been YouTube timing her out. That's so weird.
That is completely weird.
What?
What is going on?
Tell me who I need to beat up, Deneen. You let me know.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll get him.
There's a lurker out there that's going.
Sorry.
My dog scared me. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you can play the video or not, but this was my stash bustin' video short that I did not too long ago.
Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. Bring it back. Shit, come
Come on, you gotta dance, everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. sorry. Am I on camera right now? So Peanut's looking at me like, you are so embarrassing me right now. I'm so glad they don't know what I look like. I might.
I'm holding my camera.
So you can't dance?
What?
Okay. So that is my Stash Buster rug. And I actually made 2 of them.
I
I've
love
got
it.
one
I
right
love
here. They are filthy dirty because I've been using them. I've got to throw them in the wash. I'm a little scared. I keep just shaking it out. I haven't put it through the wash yet. I'm afraid to put it through the wash. But yeah, you can do this with any colors that you want. And if you've got, really muted earth tony colors and you want that for a certain room, it works just as well for those. But you know me, a whippy chick, I've got to have my bright colors. So
I love it.
But super, super easy. The link below there is a link to the tutorial, not to the short video that we just watched, but it's to the actual tutorial.
Awesome.
It's just the linen stitch, and I used 6 strands at a time. So, yeah, that is definitely a stash buster.
The linen,
Definitely.
For those of you that don't know, the linen is also known as, hang on.
One of the easiest stitches ever.
It is. It has several different names.
It does have several names.
And I have it written down here. Hang on. So the linen is also known as the woven, the moss, or the granite. It's all the same stitch.
Yep.
Love that stitch.
Yeah,
Love that
I don't hear the granite very often, but definitely the moss stitch and the linen stitch I hear a lot.
And the only reason why I got woven is because in this book they call it the woven stitch.
Oh, the woven stitch. Okay, yeah. It makes sense.
My favorite book.
I know. I love that book.
So
I like this. Just make knit.
Just make a knit. Just making it.
First timer, welcome.
Yay! Welcome. Welcome to the
Right about now, just making it is thinking, what
did I get into?
Heck are they doing? These women are cuckoo. And you're right, we are.
Stash bust in a move.
We are flying our freak flag and we're happy to do it. So welcome, just making it. We're happy you came.
Welcome.
Kiwi's asking, what book is this? This book is, I actually did a review on my channel, but it's called the Crochet Stitch Bible. And spoiler alert, I love it. And it was a positive review.
Yep, it was. I've got to get that book. I've seen it more from you than anyone else. I'm like, I just got to get the book. I have a different stitch Bible type book that I like.
And I like yours too. I need to find yours. Any stitch Bible I can find and get my grubby little hands on. That's how you learn. And then
it is.
The fun thing about this is, okay, you guys can't see it, but it tells you. So it teaches you learn the stitch, but it's telling you how to write it. So when you want to write your own patterns, how to write it.
Okay.
As well as it shows you the graph, so you understand how to create the graph for it too.
Right.
So that to me is
huge,
enormously. And then it also tells you what multiples it's in. But I think any stitch Bible is going to tell you what multiples it's going to be.
Yeah. Any stitch Bible that's worth its weight is going to tell you that.
Otherwise,
if it doesn't,
it won't get a good review.
Not for me, it won't.
Hi, Queenie Square.
I'll have to do a review of my stitch book.
And hi, Anne from South Africa.
Whoa.
Hello.
Donine hopes that our new person isn't Canadian.
Our new person? Are we getting a new person?
Yeah, we just talked to Just Make a Knit.
Oh, just making it. I gotcha. I was like, There's a, did I miss a meeting?
Follower. I'm like, what? Yeah, we while you were on vacation, Julie. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is Granny Square's first time here too.
Oh, Granny Square.
So nice to see you. Yay.
It's nice to see you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Alrighty. Oh,
all right, let's see who's on the next. Oh, okay. Who's on the next slide? We can't do that dance again.
I know. That was pretty awesome. All right, that's me. I'm the next slide. So I found a couple of curated lists. These are both blogs, but one thing to keep in mind is small projects will help you bust through scrap yarn. So whenever you need to do some stash busting, sometimes it's not the whole skeins you need to bust, but you need to bust through tons of scrap yarn. And these small projects will really help get through those particular, So, and this is two different blog posts that curate some projects that help with that type of scrap busting or stash busting.
I'm having that problem right now.
Are you?
Because I just finished a project and I'm stuck with this.
Oh,
like I have a few more to wind up. But
very nice.
But yeah, it leaves you stuck with this. So yeah, those kinds of lists are great for when you've got like this.
Yeah.
What do I do with this? I'm thinking they might all turn into granny squares, but
there's only so many magic knots you can make before you go mad. So, you know, when you're doing stash busting. So the small projects help with like those small balls of yarn that you have there. I have been fortunate though that I don't often get too many scraps. And part of that has to do with I have a tendency to work through my scraps as I'm okay, let me back up. I was making the bowl cozies for my, the bowl cozies that I've talked to you guys about it before. So I was making those, and I realized that I could get 3, and then I had just a little bit left, and out of 2 skeins of I Love This Cotton, I had just a little bit left. So I came up with something to make to use up pretty much the rest of that, and that was the coasters that I have on my channel. So that's what I tend to do. Or if I can cake it, it'll go into another project later. But I don't consider whenever you can cake a decent size as a scrap yarn. What you have, Julie, is scrap though.
It is.
That's one way to help as you go along, which is easier said than done. I know that, but if you see you have so much left, see what you can figure out to make right then and there.
I usually make stuff like this.
Which I love that. And you know what? And that's probably the only reason why I have a small amount of scraps is because I haven't finished any of my blankets.
Well, when I make stuff like this is just one. I've got lots of them. There's lots of good things about it. One, it's free. So it's like it's a free blanket, 2, it's something to keep my mind occupied while I'm watching TV or something. And 3, it's mindless to do while I'm watching TV or something. Oh, and 4, in the wintertime when you're working on it, it keeps you warm while you're working on it.
That's true.
I love that.
But this is actually my COVID blanket. I made it when the pandemic happened. And we couldn't go anywhere when we were in lockdown. I guess I should call it the lockdown blanket because I couldn't go anywhere and buy more yarn. So this was literally my entire stash that I had left. And once this blanket was done, I had no more yarn left. And I finally ordered some online. So that was my lockdown blanket.
You know what, Julie? That reminds. I have a book that's on the way. I'll probably end up reviewing it, but it's called Crochet to Calm. And doing a blanket like that makes me think of stuff like that. You crochet with the intent to calm, so it's always you're using simpler stitches, simple shapes. It's not an intricate project, and so it's just meant to get into that rhythm and calm.
That's what I like.
I have another one going right now with that, and the only reason I stopped is because it's hot. It's hot out, so I stopped working on this one. But this is a knit blanket. And yeah, it's the same kind of thing. It's just like, it's just calming, you know, and because there's just a rhythm of it. And with knitting, it's almost like even more of a rhythm because you get the click of the needles, you know, that.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's true.
definitely. Yeah. I think that any yarn stuff is just so good for your mental well-being.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is for me.
Yes.
Me too.
Ginger, you were going to say something. I think we interrupted you.
We always interrupt Ginger.
Right?
Ginger who?
I can't ever get a word in edgewise.
I know. It's because Mel and I just don't shut up.
No. You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to be like, Mel.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
I'm talking here.
I'm talking here. No, that's the scrap blankets. The scrap blankets. Okay, I literally used like 19,000 yards of yarn making the scrap blankets. 6 strands, huge blankets, cover a double bed.
And they're like weighted blankets.
They're like weighted blankets.
So
they're very heavy, very therapeutic. I need to make like 1,000 of those.
That's
so that
why
I can
that's why mine are rugs, because for me that's just too heavy for a blanket. It's just too much for me.
Yeah. But 3 strands would probably be good.
That's what my knit one is, and it's really squishy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for me, a 6-strander for a blanket is like the blanket they put over you when you're getting your dental X-rays. It's really heavy.
I like those.
Yeah, it's a weighted blanket. Oh, sorry, my dog is barking again.
I need to do a 6-strander for her. But first I need to finish my mom's blanket. All right, I should probably go into the next
That
slide.
is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
Those sparkles.
Yeah, and you guys will keep on getting pictures as it gets bigger and bigger. It's on Instagram. That's where y'all will keep getting pictures on Instagram. Alrighty. So, speaking of all of these multiple strands, if you use 3, 4, 5, 6 or more strands together to make something, it usually it's a household item. So it's an amazing way to bust your stash.
Amazing.
Is it? Sorry.
It's okay.
So it's an amazing way to bust your stash. And here's the thing: is your hook size. So if you find that you're crocheting pretty tightly with, say, so like 3 strands, you probably want to go up to like a 10 to 15 millimeter or 10 or 12 millimeter. And if you get to 4 or 5 strands and you're still using a 10 to 15 millimeter, it may end up being very tight, but that may be useful for a basket because you want it to be tight.
Just depends on what you're making.
Yeah, and stiff, exactly. So, and then the six strands, you were using what, the 14 or 16 millimeter, Ginger?
For my basket?
When you were using 6 strands, say for anything, whether it's your basket or your...
it just depends. The last thing, the bags I was making, I used an 18 millimeter. But I've also used a 10 millimeter. It just depends on what I feel like. There's no like hard and fast rule for it.
Yeah.
It's I usually just crochet with something. If I like how it feels and it looks, then I keep doing it. If not, like I might rip it out and get a different size hook. Another thing I wanted to say, like when you're making a scrap blanket like that, keep 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 of the strands the same all the way through. You know,
it gives it some consistency. Yeah.
Unless you want it to be stripy.
Yeah. The one that I'm knitting right now is becoming very stripy because of that, because there isn't like a consistent
one
thing. And even if it's not exactly the same, but if it's all like various shades of ivory or white or beige, you know, something that's giving that unified look.
And that's the cool thing about it is you can really play with your different yarn mixes. It's almost like whatever you mix together turns out was something completely, like you can make it a gradient blanket.
Yeah.
Or a gradiated. I'm not sure exactly how you say that, but
and what's interesting, you mentioned that, Ginger, and here's the interesting thing with this yarn here, this Starry Night or Sunset Nights yarn. How they get their gradient or their ombre look is, this is actually, if I pull it out here, it's like 4 or 3, it's three much thinner strands, and I don't know, you can't see that, but anyways, 3 much thinner strands that are pulled together. There's a few other yarns like that, especially at like Hobie and stuff. But the way that they get the gradient is, so they have here 3 white strands, and then it goes into 2 white strands and 1 gray strand.
Right.
And then it goes into 1 white strand, 2 gray strands, and then 3 gray strands. And then they do the same thing with the blue, and that's how they do their ombre effect.
The Red Heart tweed is kind of like that too.
Yeah, I've made it like a gradient. It goes from red to yellow and all the in-betweens, red, orange, yellow. And it does the same thing. I forget, it's Hobie Twirls or Hobby.
Something like that, yeah. It was something that I've seen at Hobie that does that, yeah.
Yeah, but you can do that with 4 weight strands, and it just makes a very much thicker thing.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, I'm moving to the other slide. The controller of the slide shouldn't be messing with her. Look, Julie, I've been using the heck out of the bag you gave me.
Love it.
Anyway. let me go to the next
I just realized I was muted.
Oh. Okay, so I wanted to point this out, and this is a great way to also bust your stash, and this is something that Kim from Affordably Crafty did. So she had an excess amount of blue yarn. Well, blue is the color yarn that we use for Hat Not Hate. And what she did is she put it out there. If somebody was willing to pay the shipping, then she was going to ship them her blue yarn so that they can make hats for Hat Not Hate. And I thought that was
that's a really nice idea.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So donate your yarn. If you've got too much and you know that you're never going to get to this yarn, donate it.
Yeah,
absolutely. How you donate it, it really doesn't matter. And I personally would prefer to donate it to other makers as opposed to donating it to Goodwill, because they charge entirely, some Goodwills charge entirely too much for yarn that's not brand new.
Yeah. So my niece recently had sent me a link, and I actually put it on our Facebook group for a local shop. It was in Massachusetts. I wish I had the information in front of me because I would tell you. But they accept and sell donations of fabric and yarn and any any kind of notions and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. But a lot of students who are in college learning how to become designers and that sort of thing really take advantage of it. But it was really cool.
Yeah, that is neat.
I love that.
Definitely donate, because people are out there looking.
They are and you've got people that are interested in the art, but they don't know if they're going to move forward with it. Give them 1 skein of yarn, 1 skein of worsted weight with a hook or 2. All you need is 1 hook and 1 skein
until an addiction begins.
Yes, exactly. And you don't even need a full skein. You can just give them one of those like balls that you got there. Give them one of those, and that's all they need to find out if it's something that is good for them.
Yeah.
And then you turn into a completely crazy yarn geek.
You guys, listen. So Ginger sent Mel and I a message a couple nights ago, and it just says, "Guys, I didn't realize how much yarn I have." And Melanie and I were both like, we knew how much yarn you have.
Yeah. And I've got a lot myself, and mine has spilled over into my mom's house. So,
Grandma's babysitting.
Yeah, she is. She's taking good care of them. So I also found this when I was looking on YouTube for stash busting crochet projects. Look what popped up.
Yeah, Ginger's got a video on it.
Yep, she made this video about 5 months ago. Although whenever I didn't look at the exact date, it could have been closer to 6 months. But Ginger has this video already out there, so I've got that link down below. And Ginger, knowing Ginger, she probably kind of remembers this video, putting it out there. But then she's like, "Wait a minute, I do have a stash busting video."
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it's about.
So some people were talking in the chat about magic balls, and I know I've made magic balls before. I call them cakes because I use my winder and turn them into cakes. But have you guys made magic balls at all?
What are they?
It's basically you take a bunch of scraps, and it doesn't, maybe some of the balls are smaller and they're bigger, but you do the magic knot on the ends of each of them, and then you wind them all up, and it's just like a crazy cake. And then you just like,
I love that.
Yeah, you just start. And actually, I think this one was made with a magic ball because I didn't know when a color was going to start or end or anything. So yeah, magic balls.
Oh, that might be a good idea for a live. We get our all of our scraps together.
Yeah.
And then the viewers get to choose which color gets attached next.
Oh, there we go.
That would be cool.
And then at the end, we can give away the magic ball, and then that person can make something with it and show us what they've made.
That would be awesome.
Magic balls that we can give away, each to 3 different users, and then we could see. I
can just see, the question marks by YouTube.
What, the question marks? What do you mean?
Yeah, like
magic balls.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear anything Julie's saying.
Julie, you're muted. Well, you're not muted, so I don't know why we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
You're muted.
Oh, Lisa says.
I heard something. What was that?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. But that's a way for Ginger to get a word in.
I know. Oh, I'll just mute you guys.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Was I monopolizing the conversation?
No. That was not the reason why I said that. Absolutely not. No.
Well, at any rate, yes. I think that it would be fun if we made some magic balls and gave them away.
Oh, Lisa says
Ginger's magic balls would be huge because she's got so much yarn.
I've got the biggest balls of all.
I think you do.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next slide.
Let's keep it PG, people.
Lisa says, Ginger, you've seen your mom's house. Your future?
I think so. Well, they've already decided to take the smaller room so that she has room for all of her yarn. So that right there is a telltale sign.
It is.
Rita says, I'm currently using my knitting machine to make hats for my local thrift store, using up Lonely Skeins and leftovers.
Aww.
Now, I don't know about Ginger, but I know that Mel and I are both just like, one of these days, we just want to get our hands on one of those knitting machines.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you have any interest in the knitting machines, or Ginger's probably got one?
I don't have one. I am the knitting machine.
Yeah.
Her knitting machine is called Ginger.
Yeah.
My mom wants to get one, but she doesn't have one yet. But I mean, I would love to, because I would just
be pumping out the hats.
Yeah. I just think they're really cool.
I read the reviews, and honestly, if I'm going to invest in it, because you can buy like a $50 to $80 knitting machine, but with the reviews that I've read on it, you need to just go with the Addy. If you're going to get one, you need to get the Addy.
Yeah, get the good one.
Yeah,
get the good one.
I'm sorry, Dragon Bee.
No, I'm teasing.
I'm so sorry, Dragon Bee.
What happened to Dragon?
Dragon Bee says, okay, I entered the chat to Ginger saying she has the biggest balls of all.
We're talking about magic yarn balls.
I don't know what you're thinking about.
Right?
We're talking about yarn.
You know, AC/DC?
I know the song.
Yes.
I've got big balls. You've got big balls.
Oh.
But Ginger's got the biggest balls of them all.
Oh my
We're
God.
really getting off topic here.
Yeah,
Let's move on to Ginger's Scraptastic moving bags.
Oh, I want to show you. I'm going to take you in the other room so you guys can see my stack of bags if I can still like get to them.
So Ginger,
Oh,
that picture that you have right there, is that on the front porch of your old home, or is that
it
like on the porch of
is
your current house?
my old house.
Do you
I've
have
got
a porch or anything like that for this at this place?
no.
Aw.
I'm all bummed out. I've got all of my scrap bags over here along this wall.
You
Wow.
made so many of those. I didn't realize how many you made. I don't think any of us realized how many you made.
I made like 20 of them.
Oh my Lord, Ginger.
Wait,
I mean,
just
20
just this week you made 20 of them, or over the
I did.
years?
No,
Yeah,
20 this week.
yeah, yeah. She was making
This
it
is
so
how-
she could put yarn in, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I made a Halloween
finished
one.
my mom's blanket yet.
Oh my gosh.
This is how big they are. Here, I'll see if I can like get in
I
here.
was so excited that I did like a bathroom mat, and Ginger's got like 20 bags.
Right?
Me and the bag.
And look how big that bag is. This is a 6-strander, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So it grew quick.
yeah, it grew
Yeah.
quick, but they're still pretty big.
Yeah.
No, they're awesome.
Yeah, they hold a lot of yarn. These are my Scraptastic scrap busting blankets or bags.
So are they kind of stiff or are they kind of floppy?
They're floppy. That's the thing. If you want to make them stiff, you can use a smaller hook. If you want to make
Right.
them floppy, like I wanted to make it to where it could stretch a little bit so I could
Mhm.
put in the maximum amount of yarn.
That's perfect.
Gotcha. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I love it.
Thank you.
Busy, busy gal.
Vicky's saying, I picked up an Addy and I love it. Made up enough hats, scarves, and other items to open my Etsy shop. It definitely is fun to make stuff with them.
Yeah. I've seen, and later I'm going to do the shout out to her, but I've seen where people make amigurumi with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
look.
They look like they look store made. I mean, like what you'd buy in the store. They're just so cool.
This is one of my scrap blankets.
I love it.
It's,
Very nice.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's got
I can't even imagine washing it though. Like moving it from the washer to the dryer.
Mhm. It's not bad. I've washed them.
I'm going to wash my rugs tonight, I think.
See,
In
I'm
fact,
thinking
I
of
washed
something
this one.
heavy.
This is only 2 strands and it's white all the way through.
Okay.
Or not white,
I love
kind
the
of.
sweetie look of running strands together. Honestly, that's another thing about running more than one strand together. You get like this tweedy look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that look. I love it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I have one that I made that is on. It's the big beautiful basket on Jada and Stitches.
I
Um,
love that one.
It's a 3-strander.
Yeah. But I will say the baskets with multiple strands, if you're using a fairly smaller hook and because you want it to have that
Yep.
tight weave, be
Yeah.
prepared for sore hands
Yeah.
because it is, it's a lot of strenuous
yeah.
movement on your hands. Yeah.
And you need to give your and especially if you are prone to arthritis.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
need to make sure you take your breaks and do your exercises of stretching your wrists and your fingers.
Yeah. And now Ginger and Mel are both knife
Mhm.
grippers, and I'm a pencil gripper, but when I'm using multiple strands, I become a knife holder too, because it just hurts your finger too much.
I would imagine, yeah.
Mhm.
You have to almost have like a Band-Aid or something over that spot on your finger because that pressure just, it hurts. So
Debbie
be prepared to switch to a knife hold.
Yeah.
And Debbie Loves Yarn is asking, do we read the chat? While we're doing our slides, we do not read it as much. Now, before
Yeah, we kind of jump back and forth.
yeah. Before we start the slides and after the slides, we read it a little bit more. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, though, we we would miss too much. So we try to read the chat, but we don't. Just know that during the slides, don't expect that we will see what you've written, and point it out to us. If you want us to get something, point it out to us either at the beginning or the end of the slides.
Yeah, and I think the reason Debbie's asking is because a while back in the chat she said, why is there a large graphic and you guys are minuscule? That's another thing. Normally we would bounce back and forth, but Ginger's working all of this from just her phone, so it's a little bit trickier tonight.
It's crazy nuts because I'm moving, I don't have my computer, and everything's weird.
So yeah, normally if we're showing something like a blanket or something to you all, we would make ourselves bigger.
Yeah. So. When we get back to our regular, I'll show the blanket and the bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Next slide. Oh, that's me. Hang on. Look at all those blankets.
Look at all those blankets Ginger made. Yeah, that is one of Ginger's first videos, and that was, I think, the video that I learned about Ginger. I was like, hey, I like this chick. She's pretty funny.
Wow, that's before I had as much yarn.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm looking at that. Right, that's before your mom gave half of her, not even half of her stash, portion of her stash to you. But no, you had not really started your collection that much, huh?
Well, I guess I have. I just didn't have it as much.
Or maybe you just had a different angle.
Yeah, that's true. I did have more yarn over on this side and this side, and
yeah.
And all of those blankets, I don't have that many blankets.
I have some of those still aren't done. Some of those are still not done.
I have quite a few.
This is one of them.
So pretty.
But a lot of them I have actually finished and given away too. Like probably half of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So like giving away outside of your home.
Well, yeah, outside of my house, like to my mom, to friends, to sister, family.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it gets through a lot of yarn.
I love it. I want to have a stack of folded blankets just like that. I do. Like yeah, because I don't know. It's like look at what I can do.
Yeah, I have a stack of them and they don't get used. They just get dusty. There's only 3 of us, so you can only use so many blankets.
We go through blankets though, because I need to have weight on my feet, and so I have 3 blankets even in the summer, and then in the winter I add like another blanket.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I always have, because the AC out here just blows on me really hard. So I've always got my lap covered in a blanket, and I've got a blanket over my shoulders.
Yeah.
I would use a lot of them, and my daughter I think has like 2 or 3 blankets on her bed. So
yeah. Lisa the Grammy Scattered All the Way says, in between making blankets and stuff for family and friends, I'm going to be making blankets and stuff to take up to the VA. And I like that idea.
Awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
That's true. And that's a wonderful way to stash bus. So they could use probably blankets. They can use smaller blankets like a chair. So some
like lapgans.
So you use the lapgans so they can keep their legs covered.
Yeah, especially for older people in wheelchairs too.
Yeah.
But also homeless shelters are a great place to donate blankets.
That's true. And hats.
And hats.
And scarves. Yeah.
Mittens.
So many places. And that's something, because we're about to get into the season. I say we're about to get in the season of giving. I know that you guys are probably thinking, Mel, that's like 4 or 5 months away. Come on.
No, you got to make it before you can give it.
Fast. Yep. That comes up so fast.
Thank you, Judy.
And now people are taking, at least for now, they are taking donations. For a while there.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was having problems with it. Frenchie will tell you words are hard.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
What's on our next slide?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, guys, that was the very first video I made.
I love that. Look at Ginger. She don't care.
Oh, the July Facebook challenge. Today is the last day for the red, white, and blue challenge. If you are new to the Facebook group, or you're new to yarn hookers in general, we do have a Facebook group, and once a month we have a challenge. You have all month to follow the rules of the challenge and post your photo. And at the end of the month, we do a random drawing of everybody who was entered, and they get a prize. So these are the Facebook challenge entries for the month of July. And obviously the theme was red, white, and blue. So it looks like a cute little top there by Maribel.
That is so cute.
Leilita said she made a kite wall hanging.
That is
I
cute.
love that.
And Barry looks like made a blanket. Very
That's
pretty with the
really
stars and
pretty.
stripes.
All
Yeah.
of those are really, really, really
Yeah.
pretty.
Lots of work went into them. Not as many entries this month, but I think it's just because it's July and it is not, as Mel would say, crochet season.
Nope, not crochet season.
Not crochet
Not
season.
crochet season.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Jada and Stitches crochet.
The ma'am. Yeah, mile a minute crochet along.
Yes, yes.
Love it.
Lori did. I so her strip for this time was that's awesome. I love that, Lori.
Yeah, so Lori did the red, white, and blue strip for that month. So that was
Love
cool.
it. Love it.
And Char's got a cool little blanket there too going on with all those bobbles. So that's pretty cool.
That is, I love the bobbles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially that they're coming through
An alternate color. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Crystal made a
Ooh.
huge blanket.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so pretty.
And in the Facebook post, I think she said how long it took her. I remember it took her a long time, but I don't remember exactly how long. And then Kathy Ann, she posted a few different pictures of squares. I just grabbed one. So she made some granny squares in red, white, and blue.
I love those. Those are beautiful, Kathy Ann.
Yeah, those are really, really pretty.
So those were our Facebook entries of the month. And we are going to be starting doing some different little segments during our live streams. And so this is just the first time we've tried a segment, but one of the segments is going to be shout outs. So this week we decided to do a shout out, and I discovered Sarah Sock just last week. She actually shouted me out, and I was just so excited. So excited. And
That is awesome.
she is hysterical. She's so funny. She's got the funniest laugh. Sometimes she snorts. She laughs.
I love that.
And nothing makes her laugh more than her. She makes herself laugh. She's
That's
so
perfect.
funny. Yeah. You can just tell by like the picture that I kind of blew up there of a project that she made. Like how hysterical is that hat that she made with the rollers on it.
I actually want to make a hat like that now.
Yeah.
Right?
So check her out. She's got a hysterical YouTube channel, and I think everybody will really, really like her. I think she's so funny, and she's got a lot of tutorials. And I want to say it was Sarah Sock who is the one who is doing the knitting machine too, but I can't remember. I can't remember.
Well, and I know Projo, our guest from last week, she has a few tutorials towards when she first started, right, with the Addy machine. She does some
Okay.
tutorials.
It might have been her that I saw with the machine. That might have been Crojo. I can't
It was
remember.
all blending together because you were looking at her stuff too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I had a high fever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. When you have a high fever for like 3 days, it's just, or
days,
5 days, 5
days.
days. I had a fever for 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't a high fever, but high enough.
It was,
Yeah. But at any rate, yeah, check out Sarah. She's hysterical, and I really think everybody's going to like her a lot. She's great. Obviously, 60,000 people subscribed to her, so yeah.
Wow.
Great.
Oh,
So, and this is the last slide, and just letting you know to join us next week. We're going to be over at my channel, at the Whippy Chick Crochet channel, and we have a special guest next week.
Ashley.
Ashley, the Loopy Lamb. So I've been checking out Ashley's channel and also her, not her channel, her blog, and she's got 8 pages of patterns.
Free
wow.
patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 pages.
She's amazing. So many cute little stuffed amigurumis and more.
Yeah, she's got like lots of hats and stuff too. It's not just amigurumis,
Yeah.
but yeah. So yeah, check out the Loopy Lamb this week and get your questions ready for Ashley because she's going to join us next week. Super excited.
Another little interesting bit of trivia about Ashley is that we were both, she did a live, her very first live, and I went on the live with her, and that was my very first live.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like a couple of years ago. So that is kind of,
Yeah.
something interesting to know. And it is on her YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then she did daily lives for like, what, it was a 3-4 months straight.
What's that? Oh, did she?
No, you did.
Oh.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
She blocked that out of her memory because it was all like real early in the morning and she's waking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was all a dream.
So Deneen says in the chat, she was talking about Sarah Sock. She said, I watched her shout you out. Her laugh makes me laugh. And yeah, absolutely. That's what I think too. Her laugh just makes you laugh. It's infectious.
I love infectious laughs. Those are the
best. Yes. I think you guys will really like her.
And that's it for the slideshow. If you want to take it away, Ginger.
Okay, now I just have to figure out how to get this off.
We'll get there.
Can we just click stop sharing?
Oh,
Like
there we
that?
go.
Easy peasy.
There we go.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Dragon Bee Crochet says, I make the yip yips. I love the yip yips. They
What
are
are the yip yips?
hysterical. They're
No, that is
from Sesame Street. Yip, 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 yip,
Oh, yeah,
yip.
yip, yip, yip,
Oh.
yip.
I think those are so cute. And they're in the bag. They make the bags and you hang them up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're so funny. Love those.
Now I gotta
Love
look at
those.
I don't remember them at all.
Oh, well, yeah. Apparently, Dragon Bee and Deneen have their creations at the same store.
That is cool.
And so Dragon Bee said, I make the yip yips. So,
Oh,
yeah.
That's really
pretty cool.
neat.
it's a tiny
Pretty
little
cool.
world.
Tiny little world. It's just
Oh.
getting smaller and smaller.
That makes me want to break out into the song. You know what song I'm talking about?
I do.
Well, yeah.
Disney?
There's just
Yeah.
one moon and a golden sun.
Keep singing.
She might get copyrighted.
I know. I was just,
It's her channel.
Julie's like, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. She can sing all she wants on her channel.
I'm already going to have to cut the beginning off because I put the wrong thing on the beginning.
Oh, yeah. You can always just trim it.
Yeah, I'll trim it off.
Yeah. It's easy enough. Easy enough.
Yeah.
You know
So-
what? You need to go in when you go back, go in and delete the wrong one from StreamYard. So you don't, that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I'll have to do that
Gotcha.
as soon as I figure out how to do it.
Once you get the live back together, I'll help you with it if you need me to.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Awesome.
problem. So, anybody have any questions? Anything that we missed?
Yeah. What's your favorite way to bust your stash?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear other ways to bust a stash.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I generally don't have to do a lot of stash busting. And it's mostly because I don't buy a lot of yarn. I love to look at it and I love to squish it, squeeze the Charmin, but I don't feel the need to buy it all. Unless I've got like a plan for it, I generally don't
Yeah,
buy
that's
too
amazing.
much. Oh, Deneen says pocket shawls. Yeah.
Also, Pink Sheep's designs, Pink Sheep designs, you can stash bust with her patterns, because if nobody has heard of Pink Sheep Design, or if anybody in here hasn't, she was our guest a few weeks ago, or was it been a few
about a month
months
ago
now?
at least? Yeah. It was before vacation, so
Yeah.
that's at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, she's also on Instagram, and she makes patterns using bulky yarns and several strands of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also use like even several more strands of non-bulky yarns.
Yeah.
Just if you want to stash bust.
Yeah. I think if you want to stash bust, you can't go wrong with her designs. But if you don't want to spend a lot of money on yarn, you probably don't want to try her designs because you use a lot of yarn. Yeah.
A lot of yarn.
Crafty Chats Cafe says amigurumi are very yarn hungry. I like to use them for scraps. And Dragon Bee Crochet says, I love scrap Afghans. Yeah.
Me too.
They're the best.
Yep.
I think my favorite blankets are granny squares, just because of the homey feel that I get from them. But granny squares and then the scrapkins.
Yeah. I love granny squares. I hate the ends.
I know.
I hate the ends. So I've gotten where when I make granny squares now, I generally make like solid colored granny squares. And then
self-striping.
Yeah, self-striping ones, or even the variegated, because the ends just kill me. I know. I was thinking with all my multi-colors here, because I do love all the colors, and I thought, well, I could make a bunch of solid colored granny squares and then stitch them together, do a continuous join with gray. I thought that would be pretty.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
that would be pretty. Love it.
Because what else am I gonna do with my balls?
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
You want to know? 1 year at basketball camp.
Oh my God! Let's not go there either. No, I'm just kidding. This one time at band camp.
I got a trophy for being the best ball handler.
Oh my God! We are degrading fast. Help us! Help us!
Oh well, she does handle her balls pretty well.
Well, she should.
Do you juggle your balls, Ginger?
You know what though? She should because she's got the biggest ones
of them all.
Oh my gosh, so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So bad. But you know what? If you made a magic ball the size of like a basketball, that would keep you busy for a long time.
How awesome would that be?
I think the one I made was pretty close. It was about like that. I couldn't hold it anymore to wind it.
I still say it only take her 40
hours
to work through it.
Oh my goodness. There's something wrong with us.
Nah, that's okay.
Definitely.
But I don't want to be right.
We're grown, and any grown person can't say things like balls without thinking.
It's all about the yarn, baby.
That's right. That's right. I don't know what y'all were thinking out there. What were y'all thinking?
Dragon B says, okay, I missed that. What is a magic ball? Okay. So a magic ball is when you have a bunch of just odds and ends, all different kinds of yarn. Like I've wound these ones up, but you would take the end of it. Sorry, I hope you can't hear the lawnmower right outside my window.
I can't hear it.
Okay.
I can hear it.
So you would take the end, and you would take the end from the next ball of yarn, and you would use a magic knot and tie them together and continue to wrap the ball. And then when you ran out of that particular color, then you'd grab another one. So you're basically taking all of your scraps and tying them together to make one continuously big ball of yarn. And then you just start crocheting with it and the colors come out however they come out. And that is how I made this blanket. This blanket was made with a magic ball. So there's no
really
rhyme
cool.
or reason to the colors. Sometimes sometimes they're very, very short bits of color, and sometimes the color lasts for several rows. So you just never know what you're going to get. So
Gotcha.
that is a magic ball definition by the Whippy Chick.
Yeah, and if you need to know what a magic knot is, I think there's a previous episode where Ginger
Magic
demonstrated
knot.
that. But and I'm sure that there's many, but it's where
Fiber Spider does a great one on the magic knot. That's how I learned how to do the magic knot, was the Fiber Spider.
Oh, I learned from Ginger.
Oh, you learned from Ginger? Ginger who?
I didn't know
The
how to do
Yarn
it.
Geek?
Now that's the only way. Like even in this project that I'm doing for my mom, when I go from one skein to the next, I do a magic knot and then I just continue on.
Yeah.
When did I tell you how to do that?
It was during one of our episodes. You demonstrated
I
how
remember
to do a magic knot because I didn't know. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's where
right.
you do a tight knot with one strand onto another.
Mhm.
Right.
Go to the so you have strand A and B, and strand A you tie a knot onto strand B, and then you go to the other end and you use strand B to tie a knot onto strand A,
Right.
and then you pull it
together
like that, and then you snip as close to the knot as possible, and it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that might be the way I have to do granny squares from now on, because I do love the multicolored granny squares. I just hate the ends.
Yeah.
Well, I
they're
don't even like
awful.
the ends on granny squares, even when you're doing just one. Like you do several granny squares in a project, so you still got a ton of ends. So I have to do big granny squares.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So you don't have so many ends. Because when I did my baby blanket with the granny squares, and I had what was it, like a 7x5? I can't remember, but anyway, it was still, the ends were just
Yeah.
just, and that's me going over, and it just no fun.
So Lisa is asking, does the magic knot hold up in the washer? It has for this.
Yeah.
I've
Mine
washed
always
this
have.
several times. I've never had it come loose. And yes, this blanket is made with just one strand. There's no multiples. So it's not super, super thick, but it is a corner to corner, and so it is fairly heavy. So it's a cozy one.
With the magic knot,
Looks like
you feel it when you crochet, but you don't feel it in the end product. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can feel it run across my fingers, but I don't feel it whenever I squish the blanket.
Yeah. I would be hard pressed to find. I mean, I know they're there, obviously, but to just look through and try to find the knots, I can't find them. So,
Yeah.
Angie says, how many strands of yarn do you use for a scrap blanket, and what stitch? Well, that's whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Like on this one, on these scrap gans that I made, the Scraptastic blankets, I used 2 strands and an 8mm hook, the L, which is an 8mm. So I'm really happy with this size, but it all depends on what kind. If you want a very, very heavy Afghan, then use 5 or 6 strands and an 18mm hook.
Yeah. Is that a double crochet or is that half double crochet? What is that?
Oh, this is half double crochet. And half double crochet all the way through.
Okay.
I hardly ever do a blanket with any stitch smaller than a double crochet, because I get it just takes forever. I did one blanket once and it was almost all single crochet, and I will never do it again.
But I can see where you would do a multiple strand in the half double crochet, because that's a close stitch without it being too tight like a single.
Yeah.
And that way you get less of the holes, because you still get a little bit of the holes with the double.
Yeah. So Jamie, I used for this one, a corner to corner, just double crochet, corner to corner. I don't know what that stitch is called. I just call it the C to C.
Yeah.
C to C double crochet. Yep. I've done a couple magic ball blankets, but I don't have them all. I've given them away. The one I did, it was just a continuous granny square. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, Frenchie. Yeah, I agree with what Jamie said.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fiber.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. And if you don't do it within the next 3 months, I will, Frenchie.
Great balls of fiber. That's
love
perfect.
That. I love that.
I do too.
Way to go, Frenchie.
There you go. There's your catchphrase.
I love that.
Great.
I might have to put that on a t-shirt.
Exactly.
And I won't be allowed to wear it in public.
I will.
Oh, that is so funny. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to have to try the magic knot then. Please, yes, definitely do it, Lisa.
Yeah. Yeah, the magic knot is
magic knot.
great. Yeah, Ginger did demonstrate it, but I vaguely remember it, but the one that I learned was on Fiber Spider.
Mhm.
But I'm sure it's just like the magic ring. There's probably lots and lots of tutorials on how to do it.
I'm going to do a short on it eventually, like with my stitch shorts.
Yeah.
I haven't done shorts in a while, but I haven't recorded any videos for a little while. So, but when I get back, I've thought about I need to do the magic knot.
Elaine is asking a good question. Do you have to use the same weight yarn for a magic ball? You don't have to, but I would. You don't want to go from a sock weight to a chunky weight yarn.
Yeah, and I think you would feel that knot.
Yeah. I know with this one, I mean, it's all just 4-weight acrylic. They're not all the same brand or anything like that, but they're all generally the same weight.
Now, keep in mind though that some, not all weights are created equal. So,
right, that's what I mean. Like,
if you have a 5-weight that it feels a little bit closer to a 4, then go ahead and tie that buddy on there.
Yeah.
But if you have a 3 that feels a little bit more like a 4, then tie that on there. But I think, like Julie's saying, if you go from a 2 to a 5, there's going to be a definite.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be close. And you'd want to use the same fiber too. Like I wouldn't want to use like wool, cotton, and acrylic. You know, you'd use all acrylic or all cotton or all wool because
you can wash it.
You can wash it. And you don't have to worry about how the fibers are going to react with each other. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so Judy says if you mix weights in a magic ball, it comes out like a roving yarn, which could feel amazing. And you know what? We're saying don't, but don't take anything.
Do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've seen people do art with yarn that I would never consider doing because I like things a little bit more uniform. And it comes out absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
You see that a lot in weaving, in hand loom weaving. A lot of people use, they'll use like this really crazy roving yarn, and then they'll have like in another corner or little section, they'll have like sock weight yarn and all different kinds of fibers.
In my scrap bags, if I ran out of a 6-weight yarn that I was using, and I was using 6 strands, well, like say I started with 6 strands. And then I have a big 6-weight that I want to use. I'll
blend it with your sock yarns to make it. Yeah.
Yeah. To make it, because 3, 4 weights I use. And once again, it depends on, like you said, not all yarns are created, weights are created equal. So I just kind of keep the big thing of yarn the same size, whether I use 1 6-weight and 3 4-weights or 6 4-weights or, just whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Elaine says, I just Googled and apparently weight is less noticeable in Granny Rose. And Granny Rose or Granny Stripes or even the Granny Ripples. Any of those are awesome for stash busters too. I like anything that's kind of mindless for the magic ball,
Yeah.
where I'm not even thinking about it. And
Simple.
sometimes I look down and go, oh, wow, that's a really cool color combination.
Mhm.
And then sometimes I look down and I
Like,
go,
this happened.
well, that's a horrible color combination, but that's how it worked out, you know?
I like
Right.
what Quilty Crocheter told us that the magic knot is officially called the Russian join.
Now, see, I thought the Russian join was where you took a needle and you literally went right up through the
Oh.
fiber. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That's what I thought the Russian join was. So, yeah, absolutely. It could be. Could be called that. I just call it the magic knot.
Hi, Doris.
But
Hi,
yeah,
Doris.
there's lots of different ways to join your yarn. And I know with wools, you can do they call it the spit join, where you get the wool wet and you twist it, and then it it basically, what is it called? I just did it with that bag.
Felting?
Felting, yeah. So
Oh,
you basically get it wet. They call it spit. You could use your spit, but you could just use water too. And you can actually felt the end of your wool yarn, so you don't have to have any knots at all.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. So.
Well, I think we're at about an hour and 47 minutes. And I know Ginger still has some moving to do.
Oh, Ginger, I wish I was there to help you. Although, to be honest with you, I'm not quite healthy yet, so I probably wouldn't be much help. I'd be like, move that over there.
I just ask you to sit here and sort out my yarn.
I could do that.
Okay.
I could do that.
Because I can't help lift. I've had 2 hernias in the past, and unfortunately, I don't.
Oh.
No, you're not allowed to move.
I can't make my husband do it either because, well, he broke his back. So
Peanut's going to be a busy girl.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway, I wish you the best with your move. I know that you're at the tail end of it, but this last little bit can get very, very stressful. So
yeah.
Well, it's the part that can get dragged out too. Like once you're in the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're so glad that you caught us too.
I am too. I am
Me too.
Or Elaine, I should call you by your given name.
I like Kiwi.
I like them both. Elena Kiwi. Colleen Weenie.
I don't call her a weenie.
Nah, I was just trying to play with the syllables.
Judy, Julie's sorting yarn. One for you and one for me. One for
One
you
for you.
and 2 for me.
One for you and 1 for me. 2 for you and 2 for me. 3 for you and 1, 2, 3 for me.
When Ginger was saying that she didn't have enough room for all of her yarn, we're like, if we have to,
we'll help.
We'll help take some off your hands. If we have to.
If we have to. Only if we have to.
Okay.
Thank you, Yarn Moods. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, guys. I can't tell you how happy I was to be back today.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was missing you guys for 2 weeks on vacation.
I know.
And then I was just like, I was listening to this show last week. I was just laying there listening, and I just so wanted to participate, and I just didn't have it in me. And it's so good to be back with you guys. So
it is. I'm so glad you're back. And yeah, that was what I didn't want to miss this week, is because I just miss you guys.
I know. Yeah. We need to be with our besties and all of our besties in the chat. I always do this into the side. Besties in the chat.
And all of our besties watching the replay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So,
and just a reminder, I'll be putting the slides up on the Facebook group. And if you're not into Facebook, but you'd still like to have all of those links and stuff, shoot us an email. The link's in the description below, and we can email you a PDF of any of our slideshows. So
yes, ma'am. We start saving them at the beginning? It may be that we went a couple of months so we don't have copies of them, but if we've got a copy of them, we'll get it to you.
Yeah, I think we've got most of them. Yeah.
A couple of call outs before we end. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't yet. And if you haven't subscribed to Ginger, then you need to. Why not?
She's so cute. I mean, just look at her. Look at how adorable she is.
So, and then after you subscribe to Ginger, you can hop on over to the hook to the left and Whippy Chick and subscribe to us. And we do have some stuff going on in the background that I think that you're going to love. So you want to make sure that you do not miss out. I'm not sure when we're going to make announcements. It may be the next show or maybe the one after that. But we've got some big announcements coming. So
yeah, we're getting some prettifying done. We've got some things that we've just got to pretty up a little bit before it's public ready. But yeah, got some stuff coming for you guys. So
yeah, we're excited. We're excited. We know you're going to love it.
Yay! And anything else that we want them to do?
Oh, tomorrow, Mel or I, one of us, is going to do the drawing for the Facebook challenge.
Yeah.
So be looking for that. And
enter it. You can make something really fast. I mean, just make a freaking red, white, and blue. I said freaking FREAKIN. Star.
Make a headband. Who cares? Make something. So we're going to do the drawing tomorrow, and also we'll be announcing what the August challenge will be. So that will be coming out by the end of the weekend. So keep your eye out for that.
Yay!
All right. So I'm just going to read one more comment. It says, got my pork chops barbecue and mashed the potatoes and made the salad, all while giggling. Thank you and have a great weekend. So love it, Dragon Bee. And we'll be over for dinner shortly because that sounds pretty yummy.
That's right.
Where you live, but if I can make it, I'm like 30 minutes. Can you hold me a plate?
I have to keep getting out of the sun because I keep getting like this really weird speckle look here.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Take care,
Bye, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week over at Whippy Chick.
Yes.
Bye-bye.